The 5th annual Extra Life Video Game Marathon is coming up on October 20th, 2012. Now it's time for gamers to make a difference. Extra Life is just like a run or a walk or a bike event, except you never have to leave the comfort of your own living room. Just sign up online at extra-life.org to register. On October 20th at 8 a.m., you play any games you want for 24 hours. Find out more and sign up to play online at extra-life.org. Play games, heal kids. Extra Life.
Hey, dude, I was working the other day, and I go into this, this dental place, and the woman there, she always hated me. I don't know. She just never liked me, I guess.
Mm.
And why? I'm one of the most personable people on the planet, right? Not to her. So I forgot to take their mail over one day. Yeah, they only get like delivery on Tuesday and Friday. So I forgot to take it over the one day, and she called down there screaming. And my boss called me, and she said, come back here and grab it, take it over. And she said, just drop it and run. Well, here, I went in and I told her, what the deal was. I've had my wife, I had to take her for tests and stuff yesterday. She's been sick. She's been in and out of the hospital. And here, this woman has like chronic health problems and stuff. And now she loves me.
Hey!
Yeah, which is weird. So I'm standing in there talking to her, and she's asking me how my wife is and stuff. And in comes this guy from up the street. And he walks in, and I talk to him all the time. We chew the fat all the time. And he walks in, and he's like, hey, man. And I said, hey, there he is. And she's kind of looking out. She's like, who is it? Who is it? And I shake his hand. He said, how you doing, brother? And I said, I'm doing all right, man. How about you? He said, I'm all right, but my mouth is hurting. And he leans in, and he looks at her. He says, hey, y'all do motherfucking dentistry here? And I'm sitting there thinking, great, now she thinks that I hang out with this guy, And he's coming in asking for motherfucking dentistry. And she said, sir, we do dental surgery.
Draw your sword, knock your arrows, and ready your spellbook. It's time for another episode of The Gamesmen. What role will you play?
Guys, gals, and guildies, welcome to episode 83 of The Gamesmen. This is the show for the week of September 3rd, 2012. I am Steve Conger, also known as JSS Lyfeliek on basically every gaming service imaginable, and I'm feeling like talking some games. We kind of did RPG last week, and to talk a little bit of what he's playing, obviously, Daniel Knappman, Hardlydan.
Hey, man.
Dan.
How you doing?
Nah, not too bad. What's going on?
I'm really hot.
Why is that?
I've got a scarf on my head.
Oh, yeah. You're looking pretty good, man.
Yeah, but it's, preparing for winter.
Or something.
Yeah.
So what's going on with Hardlydan?
Yeah, not much. My mom's dog is coming back as we speak. I'm looking forward to seeing him again. We're finally getting him back to keep.
Oh, cool.
He's been at a friend's house because mum's been too ill to kind of look after him. He's had enough of the dog, so we're getting him back.
Oh, cool.
So I'm looking forward to that.
So is he going to stay at her place, or is he going to stay with you, or what?
Yeah, he'll be staying at her place, and he'll be tweeting again soon.
I was going to say, was that the dog with the Twitter account?
Yeah, that's the dog with the Twitter account.
Oh, God. Holy crap. Man. Nothing else going on?
No, still enjoying Mum's new car, driving that round. Still got that new car smell.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Yeah, it's good.
Didn't she say a couple weeks ago on Iron Hammers you got a speeding ticket or something?
Yeah, I did. I was driving.
Come on, Dad.
I was driving to my grandmother's funeral, and I was doing 36 in a 30.
You didn't tell them to, check the obituaries, and they didn't let you go?
No, it came through the mail, a few days later. And
was it a camera thing?
Yeah, there's a mobile van with
a radar
git inside with a camera.
Oh, man. Wow.
And Yeah.
Well, those robots,
So-
man, they don't give a shit if somebody died or not. They don't care.
But yeah, they've given me an option to take a speed awareness course.
Now, will that eliminate your points?
Yeah, no points, and I've got the choice of a £60 fine and 3 points on my license, or £69 and the course. So I thought, well, I might as well pay the £9 extra
Yeah.
and not get the points. My insurance won't go up. Fine. I'll be more careful next time. I'm not going to have words with them because they're going to talk about how speed kills. Speed doesn't kill. Light travels incredibly fast and doesn't kill anyone. It's momentum that kills, not speed.
Well, this is true. Yeah. I mean, unless it's the drug.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't on speed.
Crack's a different story. But
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you know what I did? Steve went on to Amazon and bought the first 3 Walking Dead hardcover comic book compilations. Like the first 3 books.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've been meaning to. I've known they existed, you know, the Walking Dead comics and stuff like that, and I've been meaning to. But then, like, I would sit down and think about it, and I'm like, oh, really? They're like 50-some issues in. I'm not doing all that. But these are sweet, man. They're like $20 US for each of them.
Mm.
And every book contains 12 issues. So, and it's sort of split up into chapters and things like that. And, you know, obviously in the back, there's sort of a little appendix that has all of the unadulterated cover art and everything with no typography, no imagery, no nothing, you know, no overlays, right?
Sweet.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. And obviously like all in black and white and just, you know, like the comic and everything, because it basically is just a reproduction.
Yeah.
But man, what a nice way to preserve something like that. And I think there's like 8 books now. If there's not, there's 7 and there's going to be 8, or there's 8 and there's going to be 9. I can't remember. But, I don't know. I figured maybe like once a month I'll just buy, 3 of them and keep going. I'm already in the middle of the second one and it hasn't taken me long because I'm sitting there reading them like crazy. But, man, kind of awesome. And as I was looking through that, I stumbled across like a future release date for, Avengers versus X-Men. Like there's actually going to be a hardcover of that too. So now I've like, I should probably just be like one big rabbit hole, man. Like, I don't know. I like tear the lids off of all this stuff and before I know it, I'm in the garbage can, you know, like I'm not just looking in, I'm sitting in the bottom of it. And there's all kind of stuff. And, you know, obviously Hyrule Historia is coming over here. It's getting a North American release, you know, the Zelda chronology book and stuff. It's going to be over here, I think, courtesy of Dark Horse Comics.
Yeah.
I think they're going to publish it. So, yeah, if you're at all into, the Walking Dead comic, or you like the show and you want to read the comic, because believe me, there are so many differences. It basically follows the same, you know, sort of overarching, you know, story, but there are a lot of different characters, different story beats, all kind of stuff. So, I'll put a link on the show post on the site. So if anybody, maybe I'll even put a thread in the forums too, maybe just where you can get it. Really cool, man. Really cool. I'm enjoying that a lot. And I actually have Lisa starting to read it too. So as soon as I finish one, I kind of hand it off to her, you know. So,
whilst you've been talking about it, I've opened up Comixology app on my phone and I'm downloading issue 1.
Yeah.
Because it's free.
I think you'll like it.
I can't afford to get any of the comics on there. I just get all the free ones and go, that's a waste of time. Well, most of them are just adverts.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to watch Comixology a little bit.
Yeah. I swear I saw one that was basically an advert for the church in the guise of Spider-Man.
My niece downloaded one that was an Iron Man one. It basically followed like the movies and stuff, but it was interactive.
Oh, cool.
On her Nook. She got a Nook. And, this girl's 9 years old. Actually 10 now, but she has a Nook. She has her own little Android device, and she was showing me how it worked, and it's actually pretty neat. So, yeah, check it out and let me know what you think of the first issue.
Yeah, will do.
So, explain this to me. And this was something that you had on the outline, because I'm crotchety and I'm set in my ways.
You, Oscar. Sitting in your garbage can.
Speaking of, I know that's the reason why I fell in. I am shaking my cane at the new Steam community update thing. Explain it to me.
You don't like change, do you, Steve?
No. I mean, I like quarters and dimes and nickels, but that's about it.
Yeah. I think it's great. You know, you've got a couple of new tabs there. Community tabs changed, and now you click on it, and it gives you your recent friends activity and a drop-down list, and that will go on and on forever. Actually, I say on and on forever. My connection's just crapping out and it stopped. But, I can go back, August the 20th. I can see Bobby's photo of the download of Arkham City taking forever on Games Windows Live. There's loads of stuff there. You can click on profile, look at your friends' profiles, look at your profiles, see how they all interact. It's kind of much more social interaction with Steam. Which is possibly why you don't like it, because it does kind of hint of Facebook.
Yeah, I'm not really digging it, man.
But if you click on that little workshop tab and search for perhaps one of your games or something that you want to, I was looking at the Civilization 5 tab on it earlier, and there's some amazing user content on there. You can download for free and add onto your game.
Yeah.
There's a Triforce map for Civ 5.
Well, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, and it makes it really easy to find stuff like that. And the news tab, well, that's kind of self-explanatory, really.
Okay, sir. This is my one question. At the top of mine, it says Team Fortress 2, 4,607,836 community contributions. Why the fuck do I care?
Is that in the workshop one?
No, it's just in the community. Welcome to the new community.
All right. I don't get that anymore because I've just broken it, perhaps.
So how do I get rid of it? That's what I want to know.
I just click on friends underneath, and there you go.
And that's what I'm kind of trying to find. I can't find that.
Oh yeah, you're on the game hubs. You've got it set at the moment for what's most popular. Team Fortress 2 obviously has the most content, so that's right at the top. But you can set it for your games, and it'll just give you content for all of your games.
So,
which is kind of cool.
Basically, is everything that used to be in community is now under friends?
Yeah, pretty much. All the stuff that your friends have posted, or I guess everything. Yeah, it only really shows me my friends. It makes it possibly a little harder to find new friends. I haven't tried. I don't use Steam for finding friends. I use it for playing games.
Yeah, well, that was my problem. Was I couldn't find that. And I hadn't explored it too much, and I just got the actual, the little thing to redeem. And I have an extra one if anybody wants it, by the way. So just let me know what your Steam ID is. I'm pretty sure just about everybody has one now. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the short and sweet list. That I'm going to have to look through it and see if there's a way that I can get things kind of back to the way they were. But I know it's not going to happen. But
once you delve into it and kind of get an idea of what's where, I think you'll find it quite intuitive and easy to use.
Yeah, but I don't like change, like you said.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I do, and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's once you get used to it, I think you'll be happy with it. Yeah. Eventually. Then it'll change, and you'll be upset again.
Yeah, I'm trying to, man. I'm waiting for the TV interface. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, that's something I'm kind of excited for as well. That'll be quite cool.
Because that's basically what I use mine on all the time.
Yep, same here.
So what else you got going on? Anything?
As ever, some more Dead Island. I've been playing that with Common Troll. Yeah, that's still broken, still fun. But I did put my hand in my pocket and managed to find some money in there. Gave it to my mother, and she bought Guild Wars 2.
Wow.
Which should be hopefully winging its way towards me soon. I didn't pay the extra for the early access. I really didn't think an extra £15 was worth the few extra days that I'll get.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, hopefully I can have everything set up by then. I'm hoping.
Yeah. And, by that time I'll have remembered which server it is you're playing on.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it seems like it's going to be pretty good. It looks like Zerum Wing and Amorous and Rabbit Scotsman and myself and you and Lee and it looks like there's going to be a bunch of people. I'm sure Troll will probably get it too. And
yeah, he said he's going to pick it up next month.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be great. Sure, Bobby will have it.
Yeah.
If we can prize him away from StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
And Smite. He's been playing a lot of Smite.
So you kind of turned me on to a little sale the other day.
Yeah.
And I already own this game on the Xbox 360. I bought it again because at the price, I figured for a couple hours of fun, it would totally be worth it. And we kind of had anything but a couple of hours of fun.
Yeah, we had a couple of hours of dropping out of each other's game.
Well, I mean, I think to be fair, we need to try again.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been an issue with Steam and the new beta screwing things up a little bit, maybe.
But
because we did have some dropouts on Dead Island.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we should probably tell them what it is and where we got it.
Yeah. War in the North.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings War in the North. I paid £3 for it from greenmangaming.com.
Yeah, and it was totally
yours as well.
A Steam code.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid $4 for mine.
Emailed the Steam code, and then I bought it for Lee as well, but I don't think he's been online yet.
So, I mean, you played a little more uninterrupted than I did.
Yeah, I played it for a couple of hours before playing with you, and it was all right. It felt a bit clunky playing with a mouse and keyboard. I got to admit that. It does feel like a shoddy PC port from the obviously 360 version.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
But yeah, it was well worth what I paid for it. I'd have paid more. It was good fun. I'm looking forward to actually completing that. It may well be the game that I use to complete and post on Gaming for the Elderly's Twitter competition.
Yeah. My problem, well, I guess one of the many problems was first the netcode, but
yeah.
But yeah, one of my tweets was imagine a world filled with dwarves, elves, magic, and shitty netcode. Because that thing kicked me every 7 to 8 minutes, probably. And we tried to play for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work at all. But
yeah, and then when you get back in, your new rune that you'd put in your wand had gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even save. If it saved upon crash, that would be fine. But I got some really cool stuff, and actually you did too. And we lost.
Yeah, I had an awesome bow that disappeared for no reason whatsoever. I didn't even. I was still hosting the game.
Yeah.
And it took that. Yeah. I'm like, what? No. I had my crappy starting crossbow.
I mean, like, I guess at a base level, the game is a third-person action RPG that has dungeon crawling tendencies, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, definitely.
And the action RPG part of it is, actually button mashy combat between a light attack and a heavy attack. The heavy attack is used to break defenses if they guard, because obviously you have guard button too, and you can guard yourself. But the problem is that once you wail away on something, a little arrow will appear above the enemy's head. And once that happens, you're supposed to hit the heavy attack for sort of like a kill shot. Now, some of the enemies have like a 2-stage kill shot. You have to whittle away at their health, and then do a kill shot, and then they get back up and you have to whittle away again. And then the final kill shot usually severs a limb or a head or something like that. Sounds really cool, right?
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel right, like what I remember on the 360 version. It just doesn't feel as, and I hate to even use these words, tactile and visceral as it did on there. Like you could actually, now part of it could be the fact that I was playing the mage this time and I played the dwarf the whole time on the 360.
Yeah, that I think might have quite a big thing to do with it, because I did feel, there were times I was like, oh wow, that was cool.
Yeah.
Blood splatter and limbs flying. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I guess you don't really get to see that so much as the mage.
No, but I mean, I get to kind of do some cool stuff, not right away. The only thing I get to do cool in the beginning is kind of heal.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that makes sense taking at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously it was developed by Snowblind, who, obviously like the Baldur's Gates and the Champions and Norath games and things like that. Like, they're really experienced at dungeon crawling. But this is maybe, I don't know, the game as a whole 6 months away from maybe a year of polish. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, technically it's kind of there, but it just doesn't have that AAA shine.
Yeah.
That you'd kind of expect, especially something with the Lord of the Rings kind of title stamped on it. You want it to be quality.
And Nolan North.
Oh, yeah.
rears his head again,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I had fun with it. I can't say that I didn't have fun with it. It's just the fact of if I can stay on, and we're going to try it again, and we'll come back and we'll update everyone. But because I really want to get back on there and try it.
It would be great to play it with a third person, so we had, all three of us playing.
Yeah, I'd like to try it and see if it kicks everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Although Sunday night round here is notoriously bad for an internet connection, so it could well have been that.
Oh, it could be. That's completely possible. No.
The whole village is in. They're all doing their homework.
Anything else?
No, I think that's about it, really.
Yeah.
You got a couple of other things, though.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to put you on hold here, and I'm going to bring in a little bit of a special guest of sorts. And just hang in there, and I'll be right back to tell you a little bit about what I have been up to. Okay, Okay, so while Dan holds on, I am here with Josh Ersman, none other than Yoda the Third. And sir, you kind of went somewhere recently, didn't you?
I did go somewhere. I went to the nerdiest place in the freaking world. Well, in America, at least. Land of the free, home of the brave, and home of a crap ton of rocket launchers.
Well, yeah, that's probably right. So you hit Quakecon, which is one of the biggest bring your own computer sort of get-togethers in the United States and probably the world, and it is in Dallas, Texas, correct?
Yep, I went to Quakecon 2012. It was in Dallas, Texas, at the Hilton Anatole.
Okay,
it's like a 5-star hotel. That's actually one of our newer locations. We've been there for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Partially because we've been kicked out of a couple other hotels. Because you don't think of gamers as partiers, but we throw some wicked parties.
Well, at QuakeCon, when I think of QuakeCon, I think of competitive multiplayer first-person shooters and things like that. So that could technically still be the jockey sort of partying. Yeah.
Yeah. QuakeCon is essentially, it's the largest LAN party in America, and it's free.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest pulls. I mean, yeah, you can go to NVIDIA's LAN or Newegg's LAN, but it costs like $200-$300 to go.
Yeah.
This is completely free. The only thing you have to do is, pay for your hotel, your food, travel. There were also, this year, they had select a seat for $30 and the QDQ.
Okay.
Which was QuakeCon done quick. And you basically got express lines to go everywhere.
Oh, that's cool. So you can pay for that access.
And that, of course, gets you an exclusive T-shirt and your own spot in the BYOC.
Cool.
And we basically party for 4 days straight. In the BYOC, you got people playing everything. It's huge. It's all in the dark, obviously, because, what's gaming with the lights on? We don't do that crap. There's lots of people modding. There's, of course, the pro tournaments. There's pros squaring off against each other in Quake Live, because it is QuakeCon.
Yeah.
And there is amateur tournaments as well.
So there are people actually, they're modding on the spot? They'll mod your computer for you and stuff like that?
Yep. This year, there's Modders, Inc. They're a big modding company.
Mm-hmm.
They did Pimp My PC, kind of like Pimp My Ride. They went and found the ugliest computer in the BYOC, and it was pretty hideous.
Yeah.
And to give you an example of how big the BYOC is, it's 3,000 bring-your-own-computer seats.
Jeez. Man.
We even added more seats at the very end of it because we didn't have enough room. We actually were 100% capacity full this year.
Wow. Yeah, I remember you telling me a couple months ago, you said, dude, I'm going to QuakeCon, and man, you just kind of made plans on the fly, and what'd you do? Look up online and found some guys to split a hotel room with or something? And
Yep, I went on, it's QConforums.org.
Okay.
It's the unofficial QuakeCon forums, and people are posting, hey, I'm looking for someone to stay with me. Who wants in? I basically paid the guy $75, which was half. So I paid $150 to spend 5 nights in a 5-star hotel.
That's not too bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So, what kind of, obviously it's going to be mostly, id games and things like that, you would think, but were there any games that you wouldn't think would be at QuakeCon that were there?
Oh, people are playing a ton of stuff. Quake Live is huge. I played a little bit of it. I suck personally at it, so I did not play a lot. Quake Live was like me picking up my keyboard and throwing it across the room.
You know what, man? I still am a firm believer, and I will bear this cross until I die, that Quake 2 was the best Quake game ever made.
Oh, yeah. And then, Tribes Ascend was really big this year, because the guys from High Res Studio showed up. They're giving away double XP
for
the entire event and 200 gold, which is pretty nice starting out.
That's pretty neat.
Smite was there. It's also a new game, kind of like Dota.
Yeah.
But it's a different perspective. That's a blast to play. Of course, we had Team Fortress 2, Left 4 Dead 2, Minecraft was huge. They had a huge create a server, which the winner got something. I had no clue what they made, but they're making some cool stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Battlefield 3 was definitely there.
Okay.
And then you had people like playing Skyrim. The guy next to me, I didn't think he had a life at all. Because on Steam, it'll tell you how many hours you have on Skyrim.
Yeah.
This guy had 650 hours on Skyrim. He actually went to the Skyrim modding panel, and the creator of Skyrim was asking how many hours people played, and he yelled 650, and he's like, do you have a life?
And that's saying something at a gathering like this, I would think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, did you get to see anything like cool that you may have otherwise not if you would have stayed home?
Oh, yeah. I got to see the Oculus Rift headset. It's John Carmack's new 3D, basically, take on things.
Oh, yeah. I bet that, obviously they didn't have it for you to wear or anything, did they?
They did.
Really?
Yep. We got the prototype version that he made with the ski goggles and the duct tape. And you got to play Doom 3 BFG edition. Someone actually had to hold your body so you didn't move while you're playing it.
Oh, snap. How was it?
It was good. I mean, I wear glasses, so I put it on. I was blind as a bat. And I did read online that it is going to have support for people who do wear glasses.
Okay.
So that's pretty big for me.
Cool. How was Doom 3 BFG edition?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's still Doom 3. I played on the PS3, the Xbox, and the PC. PC I played in 3D with NVIDIA Vision.
Yeah.
I jumped and screamed. I mean, it's Doom 3. It's still a very scary game.
Yeah.
Once you throw the headphones on, play in the dark, something jumps out, you can get scared.
Cool.
And Doom 3 was one of the original games where you didn't have a mounted flashlight. You actually had to have your gun or your flashlight.
Yeah, I remember the duct tape mods.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I did get to play Dishonored.
And what do you think of that?
I'm really excited for it. It feels like it has some Assassin's Creed roots, but also has that first-person vibe going on. I did possess a fish as well. And I killed some people, some rats.
Yeah, cool.
It's nice because, like, in Deus Ex, you could choose between playing stealth or full-out combat.
Yeah.
Dishonored, you do the same thing. Apparently, you can make it all the way through the game without killing anyone.
No, they said that about Deus Ex too. I'll believe it when I see it.
I played through most of the demo, and I played stealth, except I killed everyone. I even killed the maids, and you're not supposed to kill them.
Yeah, why does that surprise me?
I walked up and stabbed her and then, like, cut her eyeballs out. Well, I didn't cut her eyeballs out, but she was bleeding everywhere. And then the cool thing is you can pick up people's bodies.
Yeah.
I always thought it was fun to pick up a dead body and just throw it over the side and create mass panic.
No, it's hard to believe that you're not a fucking serial killer.
I am definitely not. I do all my killing on the PC.
All right, that's probably the best way to do it. So what else? I mean, obviously, a lot of these expos and things like that, there are events that happen on the periphery.
Yep.
What else goes on at Quakecon besides just the games?
There's a huge expo hall where Planetronix was showing off some stuff. Razer, a lot of the big PC community, like Cooler Master was there.
Okay.
MSI, they're showing off new graphics cards. Of course, there were drawings everywhere for PC cases, graphics cards. There were all kinds of great drawings. There was another company there, and they had a big panel where they gave away a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
That ran overboard, so all the flood came into Expo Hall, and they're giving away like GTX 680s and stuff like that.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun. They do have the quick draw, which happens every hour.
Okay, which is?
When we all go into QuakeCon, we get a little card, we write our name on it, and it goes into a big barrel.
Okay.
And every hour at main stage, they draw 2 names out, and you get to play in the quick draw, which is basically a Quake Live match, 1v1. You get like 5 or 10 minutes to just go at each other. Person with the most kills gets $1,000.
Wow.
And you also get a drawing into the Shelby GT500 that they gave away.
Oh, sweet.
And they do there's 68 tickets.
Okay.
There's also all kinds of panels. They did the bonus round right at QuakeCon this year. That was kind of cool. Jeff Keighley's such a dick. I'm going to say that live on the air. He's a dick. Anyone you talk to will tell you the same exact thing, so don't worry about it. And then they had like modding for Skyrim.
Yeah, a bunch of panels and stuff, huh?
Bunch of panels. They also had a panel for Rise of the Triad. I don't know if you remember. It's an old shooting game.
Yeah.
Well, they're rebooting it. It's a Twitch shooter, which is ridiculously fast. They had it playable, and it was a blast to play.
Cool.
So I'm definitely going to be picking that up. It's going to be $14.99 on Steam this fall sometime, and they're allowing full Steam Workshop. They're going to open the source code completely.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Because they want hackers just to do whatever they want with it, basically.
They need to start doing that for everything. I mean, that you get into this rigid model of, okay, I release a game, and then within the first month I need to release DLC. Then within the next 2 months after that I need to release another DLC. Whereas you could probably keep a more vibrant community and maybe sell more DLC sporadically if you just open it up to people.
And the cool thing about this game, 20 single-player levels. I believe they're shipping with 6 to 8 multiplayer levels.
Oh, cool.
And all their DLC is going to be free.
Okay.
I got to meet the development team, and I got custom A40 tags for my Astros.
Oh, cool.
And then the development team signed them. So, I mean, they're definitely about their fans.
Yeah.
There was, of course, Master Pancake Theater.
Okay, now explain this to me.
Master Pancake Theater is basically like a comedy show, except you watch a movie, and 4 people commentate on that movie.
Okay.
Basically, we watch Back to the Future, and all 4 of these guys are basically sitting in the front row with microphones, and they're just ripping on it the entire time. Like, there's stuff in the movie I didn't know was even the movie that they point out.
Now, why is it called Pancake Theater?
That's the name of their group.
Okay.
They do this in Austin, Texas, I believe.
Okay.
And all over Texas. I mean, last year they did Twilight, which was great.
Oh, I
you can
bet
find
that'd be
it on
awesome.
YouTube. And then halfway through they do a skit and they dress up as the actors. Mind you, they're drinking the entire time they're doing this, so it gets funnier and funnier as time goes on. It's definitely not PG-13. I'm pretty sure it's full-blown rated R stuff.
Yeah, I bet.
Other than that, there is a ton of partying. I mean...
Yeah, I figured.
I basically drank from the moment I got up in the morning till late at night. I was drinking pretty much nonstop. The drink of choice is Captain Balls.
Oh, boy.
Which is Captain Morgan and Balls energy drink mixed in a slushy drink. Oh, it's amazing.
How would I ever have guessed?
There's lots of screaming in the BYOC.
Okay.
Like, literally, there's people screaming back and forth. It's a very normal thing to hear people curse at, like, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, people are screaming at the top of their lungs.
Oh, man.
I got to sit next to, right across from the guys who own Ventrilo. People are starting to swear, and he's like, man, it's definitely QuakeCon now. There's people running with their shirts off.
Oh, jeez. God, it sounds like Animal House.
400-pound men that have their shirts off. It's very wrong. There's balls chugging contests.
Well, you got a chance to hook up with friends of the show, Danok, and AP Stevens, huh?
Yep. I went out with Danok. He's quite the man. I didn't get a picture with him. I wish I would have thought of that.
I have one of those. I have a picture with him.
Huh?
I have a picture with
You
him.
have a picture with Danok?
Yep.
Well, I bet you did not buy him dinner.
No, I didn't.
I bought him dinner. We went out. He was nice enough to pick me up. And then I went out with AP Stevens and his wife. Big shout out to his book, Of Thieves and Elves.
Yeah.
Amazing book. I have not read it, but I own a hardcover copy of it. I did wear his Of Thieves and Elves shirt he made exclusively for me and wore it at QuakeCon.
What did it say on the back?
Big Time Fantasy and a bunch of other stuff, and it all said Big Time.
And the reason why is that you are insanely tall.
Oh, I'm insanely tall. And I actually got to meet several of his fans while I was at QuakeCon, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Aaron and his wife took me out for Texas-style barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay, no state has anything on Texas's barbecue.
That's pretty cool, man. It sounds like you had a good time. You have any closing comments you want to get out there? Anything you want to say? Or
QuakeCon is completely run by volunteers. We have over 100 to 200 volunteers that help throughout the entire show with setup, teardown, security, and that's what makes QuakeCon rough. If we don't have volunteers, we don't have the convention.
Yeah.
And the fun thing about volunteering is you get to meet all these people. You get to meet people in the industry. I got to meet the guys from Valve this year and all kinds of people. It's a great experience. If you ever go to QuakeCon, just stop by the volunteer desk, ask what you can do. Maybe you can check bags. Maybe they'll have you work security. Sometimes they'll just have you clean stuff up. But it's totally worth it. We had this really cool drawing at the end that was put on. It's not all the time, but, I mean, they gave away graphics cards, motherboards, all to volunteers.
Oh, cool. Excellent. Yeah. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to have to click back over to Dan because he gets distracted pretty easily by shiny things.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Well, hey, thanks again. And how about giving me a Where's Your Dome, son?
Where's your dome, son? That's right. It's at QuakeCon.
All right, thanks, man. Dan, you still here or what, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. It's always good to hear from Yoda rather than read his emails.
Yeah.
As I said last time, why can't we have that stuff down here?
I know. Oh, poor Devin.
Yeah.
Well, for me, other than the Walking Dead stuff, the hardcover comic books that I've been reading, it's weird. I've been watching, like, streaming TV, but not really watching it. I've been using it as background noise because, A, I've been reading those books, and B, I've been playing a load of New Super Mario Bros. 2 on my 3DS.
Cool.
So, I think Steam is starting to change me a little bit because I totally bought New Super Mario Bros. 2 digitally off of the eShop. Uh-huh.
I remember a while ago, about 5 years ago, a certain Jazz Has Lifelike saying how he really didn't want anything to do with the digital marketplace.
I know, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. It's weird because the one thing I'm thinking about is I can totally have a game in the hole and take this one with me all the time. And this game, even though I say that it's subpar, I don't think subpar is necessarily a bad label. It's not a great label. It's still a Mario game. Any Mario game is going to be a polished experience.
Yeah.
This one just feels kind of soulless a little bit. It's almost as if Nintendo just played it safe.
Are they rubbing the money genie that is Mario?
Well, it's kind of sad. I hope not. I mean, I don't know, but it's weird. So I kind of did a little comparison. So I went in the closet and dug out New Super Mario Bros., the original on the DS, and popped it in on the 3DS hardware, which I know it's going to look crappier. Right off the bat, in New Super Mario Bros. 2, the difference between the two, the higher res screens, holy crap, is it a big difference. Because I think, like, the DS has, like, I think it's 256 by 192 is the resolution of the original. I think both screens, I think the resistive touchscreen and just the display at the top.
Right.
But with the 3DS, you're looking at 800 by 240, and that's in 2D mode. I mean, obviously, when you switch it into 3D, it sort of cuts the horizontal resolution in half to 400, you know?
Yeah.
But huge difference. It seems like now there's a little more modeled and rendered in polygons than there was in the original because obviously the older hardware probably couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have had to, but it still had to handle sprites and everything else and all the 2D assets. But New Super Mario Bros. 2, the animations have so many more keyframes. It's not even funny. Like when you go back to the original New Super Mario Bros., all of the coins spinning and things like that, it's almost like it's a one frame, turn it about 30 degrees, capture another frame, turn it about 30 degrees, capture another frame, and everything sort of works that way. And the enemies were the same way, right? But now, New Super Mario Bros. 2 has these little Nintendo touches of polish, like whenever you go under a question block and you hit it and a power-up emerges, and even when you grab it, little shimmers and streams of light come off of it, like it sparkles and stuff. It's really, really cool. And when you grab it and either, you grow or you turn into whatever power-up that you picked up, it does that whole, shimmering thing again.
Cool.
Little sphere of light. And like when you hit the mid-stage flag, like little stars and streamers and confetti pops out, like it's just, it's the little tiny details that I think Nintendo's so good at with this stuff. There is a bit of excessive Koopa dancing because the music is just so good. I don't think it's actual, like, vocals. I still think it's synthesized, but it sounds a lot better and it sounds like kids singing and people singing, just like humming the Mario tunes and things like that. So all that's great, right?
Yeah.
Then you kind of come to the 3D effect. And I guess, sort of depending on your point of view, the 3D effect is either subtle or fucking garbage. Man, it's so bad. The only thing that I recognized right off the bat was New Super Mario Bros. 2 in 3D mode. As you slide the slider, like let's say you start in 2D and you slide it into 3D, the backgrounds sort of progressively blur. Each background layer blurs according to how far away it is from the camera. So if you're looking all the way in the background, it looks like it has a ton of like Vaseline smeared over it.
Right.
So it almost looks like this game had maybe been in the can for a while, maybe even for the old, the old DS maybe. And this sort of 3D effect is just an afterthought.
Yeah.
But in 2D mode, obviously the backgrounds are a lot more crisp, I think the coolest thing about New Super Mario Bros. 2 is the fact that coin rush mode, and it's sort of like a street pass thing, where it pits your performance against others, like via the street pass. So when you walk past somebody, if they have the same thing, they'll communicate and exchange. But you can either pick, like it'll pick random stages. The first one is World 1, World 2, and a secret world. So it could pick any three out of those three worlds. And then like the second one is World 3, World 4, and a secret. And then the last one is World 5, World 6, and a secret. So it can pick anything out of those. And those only unlock as you progress through the game and open up, more worlds. But Coin Rush, it starts like with a stage timer at like 99 seconds. It actually starts at 100, but it has to start at 100 to go down to 99. So you get the do-do-do-do-do-do, and then then the music starts going fast and it kind of gets your heart racing. But, there are little stopwatch pickups that they add into some of the stages and they add time. And then hitting the mid-stage checkpoint gives you an extra 50 seconds, I think. But the goal is like to finish as quickly as possible with as many coins as possible. And, you can challenge as either Mario or White Raccoon Mario, which is now sort of their equivalent of Invincible Mario.
Right.
So as White Raccoon Mario, you can just run into anything you want and it'll just kill it automatically, which is, I guess that's the sort of,
cheat mode.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the casual mode, I guess. So they still, the casual player that is not super skilled, can kind of do, what the veterans can do as well. So, and like in the top of the flagpole, it gives you whatever coins you collected, multiplies them by 2. So like hitting the top of the flagpole is more important than ever.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. The only downside, serious downside, I think, to the whole game is it's all about collecting coins, right? And the golden fire flower, you can spit like huge gold fireballs that turns everything into like coins. So it almost devalues the mushrooms, the extra lives, man.
Yeah.
It's awful. Right now, like I've died a bunch of times and I already have 144 extra Marios.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's weird, but
you could play that in your sleep.
Yeah.
Still
yeah.
See the game over screen.
Well, yeah, I don't think you ever will, but even if you do, it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. I will say that it's a lot of fun. But it's just not Super Mario 3D Land. That's the problem. Like, it plays it safe, but it doesn't really do anything to further the character, the franchise, or, either series.
Yeah.
So, kind of cool, man. Other than that, it was just the last story for me, and I'm really not into it all that far. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I like the look of it. I think it looks great. The problem there is that I think it looks so good on that hardware that the frame rate really drops in the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Still looks good. Uematsu is just as talented, I think, as he ever was. The music is fantastic. I'm really digging the game so far because it's kind of like a Gears of War mixed with an action RPG and a little bit of like arc-based targeting from like Final Fantasy 12 and things like that. Like, you can really see a lot of the previous Sakaguchi influences on this game. And so far I have no idea why it's called Last Story other than the fact that it's just a play on the words Final Fantasy. So I don't really know. Guild Wars 2, a little bit, Dan. Played a slight bit, and I think we're going to talk a little bit, obviously, about it next week after we've had enough time to sort of understand it better, I think. And I think we're going to bring on the compendium of knowledge that is Entropicurity next week, I think, to talk about it.
Oh, wow.
So, but I think I can just suffice to say right now that Guild Wars 2, do you like MMOs? Then this is for you. Do you hate MMOs? Then this is for you. I mean, it seems like they've stripped out all the needless fluff, and everything that you want to do is streamlined and takes a fraction of the time to do it.
Yeah. It's, on the flat.
This is Big Rob from the Game Enthusiast Podcast. Wanted to play the three-word association game too. I'll start out just saying, where's the Scotsman? My real question was, Counter-Strike Go didn't come out in Europe, but I played one game. It was awesome. Played the second game, didn't have crosshairs. Couldn't shoot, couldn't reload, couldn't jump, just got shot in the face a bunch of times. Yeah, so it was a major bug, and I wasn't the only one. So, where's my crosshairs? And, always blame Valve. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that? I don't know, maybe that's some different insight on the story. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Well, my three associations, we can make it a 4th one. Bring back Casino. Love this show.
Alright, Dan, so Big Rob, Large Robert, the voicemail, his first 3-word association. Where's the Scotsman?
That's a good question.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it is a good question. He's on Steam constantly. I mean, I don't know. He's been going through some stuff and just hasn't really been feeling the whole podcast thing. So he's just taking a little bit of time away, and we'll see what comes of it after that. But Dan, the Counter-Strike Go thing, that I said was so hard. According to him, I was right.
Yeah, I've done a fair bit of research into it, and it doesn't seem like they've really done enough to, I don't know, call it a new game. And obviously, he misses his crosshairs.
Well, I mean, that's pretty pathetic there, man. Like, you have a great game, you're loving Counter-Strike, and then all of a sudden, wait, what? And you can't move, there's no crosshairs, there's nothing. You just stand there and get killed. And
yeah,
I don't care who you are, that's no fun.
No fun at all. I know it is particularly kind of buggy on the consoles, and it's not really designed as a console game, is it? It's
No.
the rare occasion where it's a dodgy port to a console.
Well, I mean, has it been that buggy on the PC or no?
I don't, as far as I've heard, it's been fairly fine on the PC. I mean, Valve always put out decent PC stuff. It should be all right. And it just seems like there's not enough changes to kind of, and there's so many old maps and things. It's more like an update rather than a new game.
Well, there's something overtly shady about this whole thing. Like the console ports are crap, apparently. Sometimes, not all the time, but they're crap sometimes. And then it just doesn't come out in one territory. I don't know. I mean, has there been any update on that or no?
I haven't really bothered looking about the
I haven't seen either.
Europe PS3.
Isn't that funny? Like, once they get it and everything's back to normal, nobody cares, but everybody's up in arms when it's not there.
I wasn't playing it anyway. It's the principle of the matter.
And see, Dan, I was correct. He says always blame Valve. I don't know if I agree with that, but the thing is, that's what other role are you going to play when you when you do that? You got to pin the blame on somebody other than yourself. But yeah, the last part was bring back Casino, and I've been in touch with him, and I think in the next couple of weeks he's going to try to get back on. He has a blast, and he wants to get us still on Casino's corner.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, we just haven't had time to kind of get together with him working opposite shifts from what I work and stuff like that. So, but all right, Dan, I think that's going to do it, sir. What about some shout outs for you?
3 this week. DJ Leroy. He's hurt his neck. He's been off work a fair bit. I hope he's getting better now. So,
there's a prescription for that right now.
Yeah. And
it is called Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, my neck's been much better. It's because I haven't moved my head. I've just been fixing on the screen. Another one, Common Troll on Twitter. He always pleads for shout-outs on
Troll
Iron Hammers, so I thought I'd give him a shout-out here. And the last one to our good buddy Amorous, 89. He put his hand in his pocket. He bought me The Walking Dead.
Yeah, sweet.
So I'm looking forward to trying that out. I've been a little bit busy playing something else at the moment.
Yeah, I think it was 40% off. Wasn't it just, directly like the day before it was the midweek deal or something?
Yeah.
Before the next episode came out. So, which I can't wait to play. I've got it downloaded on the PS3 and everything. And I'm just kind of waiting for her to finish up work so we can take a stab at it. Yeah. Well, as far as me, I hooked up with with a Twitter follower, Natalith14, who actually entered the G4TE.com Twitter contest, the Victory Achieved contest that is run by our buddy Shinyverse, we had the email from last week. And she actually lives not even 10 minutes from where I work. Huh. So we were direct messaging a little bit back and forth on Twitter. So, hey, hello. And Big Rob, obviously, for the voicemail. Thank you very much, sir. Dan, I don't think you understand how well your dial-up donkey joke went over last week. I mean, people really enjoyed the Wi-Fi donkey story.
Cool. Well, I can't say I did. It was the corner that you put me in.
I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It was great. But we had some great comments from GamerGirl27, CFox27, Intel Rock 27. What's up with all these 27s, man? Is there like some kind of connotation I'm not catching or what?
No idea. 3's kind of not just coincidence anymore.
No, it's not. No, it's a trend. 3 is a trend. Master Germ, Indifference, Denver J, NDRkey89. So thank you for the support in the comments, and we really enjoyed, even though that was one of our shorter shows. It was a lot of fun, and we're glad that you enjoyed it. So, also VGHub.net. If you like games, you go to VGHub.net. Plain and simple. You'll find something you like, no matter who you are. Dan, web for the week to come, buddy.
Oh, as ever, Hardlydan on, Guild Wars 2, I expect it'll be. And Twitter. I might be doing a show on Sunday over on Iron Hammers. That's at midnight.
Might?
British, it depends if I get myself off Guild Wars 2. That's midnight British summertime this Sunday. So feel free to tune in. We'll be on Twitch TV/Iron Hammers.
Sweet.
What about you, Steve?
Oh, I am JSSLIFELIKE pretty much everywhere. That's Steam, that's Skype, that's Twitter, that's Xbox Live, that's PSN, that's God knows what else. I am JSS Lyfeliek 7546 on Guild Wars 2. Actually, JSS Lyfeliek .7546. So, now that we have to have all these differentiators for logins and stuff. But, and I promised, wait a second. Can you hear that? I have my 3DS right here, and I'm going into my friends list to tell you my 3DS friend code like I promised last week. It is 0731-4749-2504. So there you go. Plain and simple. Bang.
It just trips off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah, not really. No. All right, Dan, take the show home, buddy.
Okay. As ever, check out our Facebook page. We've got a new like from Ken Bennett. So cheers for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't forget you can catch us on Stitcher. And every week I say this, no one's put their hand in their pockets yet. Extra Life, we need your help to help some children. You can sponsor us, me, Steve, or any of the rest of the VGHub team at extra-life.org/team/VGHub team 2012. Now, we'd quite like some more voicemails, and you can send us a message. We'll kind of play it on the show, talk about it. Saves us doing some work. And if you want to leave one, call the RPG hotline at 412-267-RPG1.
Yeah, I've been liking these voicemails.
Yeah, user input.
Yeah.
Well, listener input. Talking of which, you can email us. Our email address is thegamesmanrpg@gmail.com, or you can tweet us. That's at thegamesmanrpg. We've got a few new followers here. We've got at AndyMac03, GodhandPS2, IntelRock27, DSubs, and Teflon212. Now, you can also listen to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/thegamesmanrpg. And we've got a couple of new followers on that. We've got BeerMade96, iHander, and Barry97.
Yeah, thank you to all. And if you would like to get in on the forum fun, you can always come to thegamesmen.com, and you can log in with a few different accounts that you more than likely already have, and, come chat with us. There's a little introduction section, and then you can go from there and explore out. So
yeah, and if any of you are interested in perhaps joining the guild, all the information you need is in the forum.
Yeah, we got a big thread for Guild Wars 2, so if you have it, Henge of Denravi server, Henge of Denravi. So yeah.
And lastly, but not leastly, if you're listening on iTunes, you've got iTunes. You don't have iTunes, download it and get it, and leave us a review. We'd love it.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, Dan, that's a pretty packed show.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, well, that's going to do it. Thank you to Yoda III for regaling all of his experiences at Quakecon. And on behalf of Hardlydan, I am Lyfeliek. We are the Gamesmen, and until next time, we ask,
what role will you play? Going to do my weekly search for a Torchlight 2 release date.
Well,
nothing. Apart from a vague suggestion on the Runic Games forum that it might be the 28th of August.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be a stupid time to release.
Yeah, really stupid. What is the first day of fall 2012? Saturday, September 22nd. So that's technically when summer can be done. Technically.
So that'll be what? Probably Friday the 21st in England and Tuesday the 18th for you guys, or whenever it comes up.
Not fully satisfied with this podcast, please return any portion for a full refund.
So you can run and tell that, homeboy.